So now what we're going to do is show you what the media library is in WordPress and how to operate inside it. Now I showed you a little bit about how when you're selecting a photograph, how you go in and you change the name that has significance of what that photograph is, and then making sure you copy and paste that into the alt text. So I'm going to show that to you again because this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time. Because all of these documents that Buddy's been providing me, even though I've put them up in the cloud, most of them really don't have a reference, or I can't really...
You don't know where they go.
I would spend hours and hours to try to figure it out, whereas you guys have the knowledge. So it's going to be so much simpler for you to do what I'm going to show you how to do. And once you know how to do this, you could sit in front of the television, you could be logged in, and you could be fixing these problems. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So once you're logged in, again, once you're logged in, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get you to log in easily, you go in here to the back end by clicking over here. There's two ways you can get to the site. You can click on that, or you can click on one of the links. But to get to the back end, so you can go back and forth between the front end, that being what the public sees, and the back end of what you use to administer or to edit the website. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated than just using Beaver Builder. This is where you got this black bar on the left. We use a lot of code that comes to us through what they call plugins. There's also widgets. I won't complicate this. There's only one place you're going to spend your time, really. All of this stuff, don't even bother with. Media library. That is the place you're going to spend your time. Because what I've done is I've taken everything Buddy's given us and I've stuck it all up here. Now, every one of these has a file name that doesn't make any sense to me. So what I think you're going to be able to do in front of the TV while you're sitting here is go, okay, I know what that is. And boom, 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 boom. So you put the title in and the alt text.
Greg and Buddy.
That's it. Oh, great. So I'm not being a great typist here because of the angle I'm on. Okay, so what I do is I hit Control A for all, and I hit Control C for copy, and then I hit Control V for paste. Those are common shortcuts on a Windows machine.
And Control A says select all. Control C says whatever selected, copy. You go to where it is and you put your mouse and you say Control V, which is paste it all.
And so once you've done that, now this is the beauty of this. You see the size of this image. It says the size is 40. This is a pretty good size. This is not that big an image. It's a very small size.
It's a square snapshot.
So this is, but some of the images you'll see,
They're 8 by 10s.
yeah, they're a little bit too big. Okay, so now I think that may have saved automatically. I don't see the save button. Yeah, so it saved automatically. So let's choose another one just to illustrate. So who's this?
That's Billy. Put Rainbow Billy. Now, is that going to be displayed underneath his image on the website? Or not?
We could if we put it in caption.
In caps.
Caption.
Caption.
A caption.
Okay, because this would identify who it is and which band it is, but if it's going to be visible to the viewer on the website, then it would say, Billy Hanna. It's going to be in the rainbow section, and it'll say Billy Hanna. Yeah.
Okay.
I see. I got you.
If you want a caption on a photograph, you can put it there. But when you're actually placing the photograph, you don't have to necessarily have the caption displayed. That's up to you. It's a checkbox.
Yeah, I don't think we have to name each guy on every photo because, people. I see. I got some Baki and Divisions photos up there. We'll find them at a later date.
Well, what he's saying is that all of these photos right now, he just got dummy names in there.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you give a name of what it references.
Yeah.
so that now it has a reference, and if anybody's searching for anything on the internet,
so
and
we
it
do
comes
want
up with
names.
it comes up with that name in it.
The
or that
more information you can put into the title, the better. The more information you can put into the alt tag, the better. And captions help too. But the robots, the Google search engine robots, look for alt tags, alt text. They look for titles.
Okay.
And descriptions.
So we'll want to name them.
I mean, the more information you put into your media, the better chance you're going to have of your stuff being found by people looking for it.
Got it.
It's a little bit, it's the beginning of it. It's putting the content in a format that the robots can actually see and extract from, because it has to be written context. They can't see photographs. It's digital blurry stuff. They don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But once you define it, then it's so that's the exercise. And another part of the exercise is there are these photographs that you've grouped them up and you've ganged them. Well, it's hard to display them as a gang. So you probably want to rescan a lot of these as individual photographs as opposed to ganged like this example. And while we're here, who am I looking at?
This is Mushroom.
Yeah. Bill Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, why don't we, in the caption, we'll put the names?
Well, I would do it in the title, Mushroom band members, right?
Yeah.
And then you could do a dash, and if you know them all, we could try to fit whatever we can.
How many characters are you limited to?
I don't know. I haven't hit it yet. So going left to right, which is typical, who's the guy in the mustache?
Left to right, Bill.
We'll go to the top. We're at the top.
Yeah,
photo.
yeah.
Bill Jarrett, Jeric. Jeff Jarrett, Jeric. Chet Florence. Buddy Maver.
Chet.
Florence, Florence. Florence.
And
Buddy Maver.
You don't need the word band members. You can just put delete the word band members if we're worried about the number of characters.
Not worried about it. And in fact, that would be more of a matter of a search term, because people will say, who were the Mushroom Band members? And they're going to say, let me find that. So ironically, here I am with two of the band members of the Mushroom pictured a long time ago.
So if we put the date, let's say 1971, and put Cleveland psychedelic funk, that would also be other keywords.
You could put all of that in the description. I can send you a little write-up which will tell you a little bit more about this in detail. Mm-hmm. Now I do want to discuss something else. When you're doing that exercise, I'm gonna try this smushing tool, but you may want to just pay attention to the dimensions. So edit image, this dimension right here, 1200's a little large. I'd pay attention to the smaller the image, you're going to lose the quality. So you have this little
game you got to play. Good way to put it. Large images, however, are usually more, they're larger data, and they're slower to come up, and people are impatient. Right.
So what you want is as high a quality as you can get, as fast a speed as you can make it.
Now tell me this, if I use like Adobe
Photoshop or something.
to
Absolutely.
The pictures, because that's what I did on the original website.
Yeah, whatever you can do.
I had to dither the pictures down because they would just, you go to look, because there was a page that looked like this, and every time you clicked on a picture, it took you to something about that person.
Right, and that's going to be.
I had to dither all of these pictures because they were just so big. It said you'd be sitting there with the hourglass spinning forever before the page would come up.
Right.
I even did it with the audio. I had two different audios on the website. So there was a set of speakers that you would click, and it would say slow speed, high speed.
Right.
So if you want a slower computer, you would download this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools out there where you can make this a little simpler. I'm going to show you a tool that I'm going to try before we end today.
Okay.
I want to try with you to see if we can solve a big problem with these photos being all different sizes. Okay. getting back to working with the media library. Are you comfortable with this?
I am, yeah.